All right, good evening and happy Fed Day, everybody. It's Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, and the Fed moved the market today. And yeah, let's dive in here. But I think that's the story, even though I'm not even going to show like news on it or anything. But um, the Fed left interest rates alone, and maybe they said something dovish in their comments. I don't know. You can look that stuff up online, but Yahoo Finance and probably any like Fox News or anything like that would probably get you too. So, uh, anyways, none of that matters because we follow the markets. So we follow the indicators, and it's nice to know when those types of events are happening, so you can be, you know, aware. But that's it. So this is our automated trading, and my charts are backwards on the left hand side. There's probably a way to invert them, but I'm just going to go backwards. So this is our Dow futures, and what did it do today? 320. So we got a little bit of movement back up again. So a little bit there. Uh, this is our Russell, and that's an obvious nice move today. So 320 along with yesterday. That was our three. That was today's move. And what else? We got the Nasdaq, which looks like it had a nice little move up. Looks like we had a few moves today, some back and forth, and that is net positive. So, all in all, it was a good futures trading day today. It was also a good um, regular um, manual trading day for us. So, I'm starting here on the Dow because it's 39,529 was the close. I'm sorry, the high. The close was 512, and that's up 400 points or 1.03%, and 40,000 is less than 500 points away. And I would want to take note here that the Dow futures up here are at 40,015, and that's overnight. So let's go ahead and flip over to that. And so they're already at 40,000. They're a little bit like they're not exactly priced the same way. So uh, the futures have actually been ahead of the Dow, of the regular Dow for a while now that I've been paying attention to, and I don't know if it's just this recent move, but normally they're a lot closer. Or at least I think they are, but I could just be wrong. And I watch them both, but in any case, I'm thinking our target at 40,000 is right around the corner, and once the Fed releases, until you get into earnings, which is coming next, um, the that tends to like they're happy that the interest rates obviously didn't go up, and it appears that they're happy with whatever they said, and they're certainly happy that, or I guess they would have been more elated probably if they would have reduced rates. So you can read into whatever you want there. It just doesn't matter. All right. The S&P today went up 46 points or 0.89%. Looks like that still doing nothing but going. I mean, its trend is up. Everything's good. The Russell went up 39 points today. It's had a lot more back and forth here. But, all in all, still pretty positive. That's actually a buy signal. IWM is poking back up again today. else we got? Oh yeah, the Nasdaq. That one's up 200 points, 202, 1.25%. Same thing. I mean, it's a pretty nice trend. The transports are up 280 points or 1.8%. So they sure look like they were going to crash and burn. And I'm not going to say it's over yet, but what's the weekly chart? Look at this, like this for this one. It is up, so this is technically a buy signal. So I wouldn't buy it right here. I'd wait for a pullback, and I will take a look at that tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute, that's the transports. Sorry, I was thinking it was IWM. That's IYT. So the transports here, I believe, are what we were just looking at there. That's pretty extended. So, I may not be too bullish on this one just because we're so extended. By the way, I think there's a chance once we hit 40,000 that we won't really extend very much beyond that, and we may not last very long there either. So I could be wrong. This thing could just have crazy legs because it already has. As far as, I mean, this bullishness in like the S&P 500, if you go back and look on a chart for that kind of a trend, I'm sure they've happened before. There's one that didn't. There's one that certainly didn't. I mean, you'll have a hard time finding that long of a trend that has just been that solid. There's been some solid trends. There's a nice one. So when was that? 2019. And we still had this and that. And we've had hardly any of that this whole way. So I'm going to go back to IWM. And I will consider that. So, let's go to oil. It looks like oil was down 1.5% today. USO. We're still, I'm going to say my target hasn't been hit yet. I'd be happy if that thing, or I shouldn't say happy, I'm out, but as targets go, if you got to like 79 or 79.50, it would have been plenty there. And that high is 78.78. I actually think it's gonna at least mess around and get back up here to this 82 level, or even there at this 83.5. But not straight up. It's gonna unwind a little bit, probably. So, what else do I have? TLT for okay, nothing really to do there. Gold bounced up again today after a little pullback. BITO, Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin strategy ETF, whatever that means. And that's good enough for me for tonight. So let's look at Apple real quick. It's a big mover in the market, so that's almost a buy signal. It's a special buy signal that I'm not going to go through right now, but it was enough for me to get a partial position going. And it's the risk in that is partially that the weekly trend is not up. So going against the weekly trend, but the hourly certainly is. So if it unfolds from the inside and turns into it on the daily, then maybe it can turn back into it on the weekly. And I'm really probably not looking for this to go out and start taking out and making new highs. I'm just trying to get, maybe back up to some levels. But we'll see where it goes. Stockcharts.com. Let's look at the bullish percent indices. And the Dow did not move today. The new NYA up 1.48%. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ up 1.09%. The S&P 500 up 1.42%. The S&P 100 tacked on a new X today and went up 5.88% and put in a new point and figure buy signal. That might last for a little bit here. And the NASDAQ 100 up 6.38%. I will be shocked if that is where that stops without coming down and taking out that blue line, but it sure looks like it wants to reverse. That's a big move. So, anyways, that's what the market did today, and I hope everybody's being successful. Until next time, take care.